Also, Jalen Phillips, yes, we have depth, right? There's going to be another guy who's a baller who's going to come in there. But it's Jalen Phillips, man, and he can't be replaced, man. I mean, I'm hoping we go after like a Darius Leonard or some pretty decent edge rusher that's still out there who can, this is what good teams do. You know what I mean? Charles Woodson, when he won his Super Bowl for the Packers, he wasn't in that game. And he was a huge anchor for that defense many years ago for Green Bay. I just use that as an example. But we could still win a Super Bowl, right? The hope is not over. But man, him and Chubb were just heating up, man. Like they were pinching in, and we even saw Raekwon Davis get a sack just off the work that Phillips and Chubb were taking and doing, right? So I'm very heartbroken, man, because he's probably like my top 2 favorite defensive player on that whole team, man. So I know he's gonna come back strong. Hopefully he gets with Aaron Rodgers and
Aaron was trying to reach out to him after the game. He might, and I was like, man, it sucks that it happened when it happened because maybe if he got with him in time, maybe we could have him back for that Super Bowl run. But nonetheless, it does suck. But I agree. I think that I think that when it comes down to it, the Dolphins are going to be fine with Emmanuel Ogbah. We're on pace to break our single season sack record as a defense. Total.
I love it. And Emmanuel Ogbah, for those who don't know, before he got the bag from Miami, he was just a vicious edge rusher. Probably not to the level of what Phillips recently was, but a very good edge rusher. But then he has some injury issues, but I'm confident.
I think he can be very productive still in this defense, and Bradley Chubb's going to get a chance to shine too, right? So
yes,
and he has been showing out. Bradley Chubb under Vic Fangio, which is when the last time he was really good was under Vic Fangio.
Hey, can I add something real quick, Steven? Yeah. Real quick. I mean, at the beginning of the year, you and I were talking, right, about Vic Fangio, and he did not do a good job preparing for the Chargers game, like at all. They ran up and down, but I think that was more of him warming up to the players and getting used to it, kind of thing. If I could choose an excuse, right? However, he is in full swing, man. I mean, we're getting sacks, we're getting more interceptions. I mean, I'm loving what Vic is doing, man. He's probably between an offensive line coach and Vic Fangio, those two are probably the 2 biggest acquisitions that we have in this past offseason.
Dude, it's so good to see what he can do and what he can possibly be. And I'm excited to see the future of them. All right, let's look at the next 3 games, and then we'll go to the last 3 games. What do you see? What do you think about the next 3? What do you think about the Commanders game this weekend in DC?
Oh yeah, that should be a handover win. I think Sam Howell's actually pretty good, man. I know a lot of people feel otherwise. He's gonna pick up. He's gonna make some good throws on us, man. I liked him in North Carolina, and but that team, it's just very old school coaching. There seems to be a clash between the offensive coordinator and the head coach, Ron Rivera. But it's weird because they have one of the better wide receiver rooms, right? So I'm expecting them to make some good plays. Their running game does not scare me. And then their D-line, they got rid of their 2 best defensive players. On the whole team, they're gone, right? Young is gone, and Montez Sweat is also gone, right? So they've shown that, hey, they're pretty much going to tank the rest of the games. Again, any given Sunday, however, you know what I mean? What I felt about Boyle is not what I feel about Howell. I think Howell was actually pretty
Howell's legit. I think Howell's legit, by the way.
I do too, man. I'm a Howell fan.
I was very surprised that Washington were sellers at the trade deadline.
Yeah,
with new ownership and knowing what they could be. I was like, why are y'all trading him? Those 2 guys? Because y'all got a legit quarterback. You just need some other pieces. Like, I just think they're trying to get Ron Rivera out the door personally and just start from scratch all over again. But neither here or there. The next thing is the next 3 games are obviously against Washington, Tennessee, and the Jets again. Dolphins go 3-0 in my opinion, but after that comes the real test: Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo again. And even with Buffalo with a bad year, they have our number, so it's still going to be a test.
Yeah.
My question to you is this: what do you need to see out of the next 3 weeks to make you feel confident about Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo?
Yeah, Tua definitely needs to be careful with the turnovers, but this is not all on Tua. I love Tyreek Hill. He's my favorite receiver in the whole NFL. We've seen some drop passes. He played through that foot injury that I saw. He had a kind of a nasty, it was like a shoelace tackle, and his foot just bent very awkwardly, right? That was awkward, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, I definitely want to see us diversify in our receivers. Obviously Tyreek is going to be open a lot of times, so you want to get it to the guy who's open. But I want to see Wilson get in the game. I want to see Jalen Waddle get more receptions. I want to take and see our tight end get more balls. Because what I don't want us to be, and I don't know if you remember this, man. Was it 3 years ago? I think it was the AFC Championship. The Titans, their whole game plan was Derrick Henry. I do not want our whole game plan to take and be Tyreek Hill. I don't.
I don't think that it is. I mean, to be perfectly fair, I mean, look at what the numbers Raheem Mostert is putting up.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
I don't think that it is, but I understand why people might think that, right?
Right.
But you got. By the way, I was wrong earlier in what I said about the rushing that for the Jets. It was 2 100-yard receivers against the Jets. Was the first time in like ridiculous amount of time. With that being said, Jalen has been pretty good, or Jalen Waddle has been really good the last few games. As far as production value is concerned. You got River Craycraft, who's been getting more snaps, and you go look at some of the plays that were made on Sunday. My man was a big part of the blocking.
Jump ball is crazy too.
Yeah, and so I think River Craycraft is going to be really big moving. Look, everything. The Dolphins have literally everything they need to do to win football games. Their Achilles heel, in my opinion, is punter and kicker. But with that being said, it should never come down to a punt or a kick on how to win games with how good this offense can be and how great this defense has been playing over the last few games.
If I can add something too, man, once we get to the playoffs, man, and you and I were talking about this on my show a few weeks back. Definitely, I see us getting the first seed. I could see us winning the rest of the games, but if that happens, it'll be a nice. I think it'll be a good week.
We need Kansas City to lose 2 more, and that's going to be tough because the schedule for them doesn't dictate that, right?
That's true. That's true. Our fans are going to have to come up big for us, man.
If we're honest with ourselves as a fan base, like yesterday, right? Yesterday, it would. I forget the game. It doesn't matter. Next week, though, or not this coming up, but the one after, when Buffalo plays Kansas City.
Yeah.
It actually, I mean, look, from a standpoint of clinching the division sooner, yes, Buffalo losing would be great. And I hate Buffalo, and I'm going to root for them to lose. But if I'm honest with myself as a fan, it makes more sense for me to root for Buffalo against Kansas City, because we need Kansas City to lose 2 games. And you go look at their schedule, there's not a lot of teams that can beat them that's left on their schedule. So I feel like in a catch-22 for that Buffalo Kansas City game in 2 weeks, because I'm like, I guess whatever the outcome is, as long as it's not a tie, I'm good with. Because if Buffalo loses, great. We get a chance to clinch the division before Christmas Eve. If Buffalo wins, great. That's 1 more loss. And now we just need to hope for 1 more loss in Miami. Miami controls their own destiny as far as the 2 seed is concerned. To get to the 1 seed, we need Kansas City to lose twice.
Okay. I see. I read some online. It's probably some fake news or something like that. But it's
fake news.
Dang fake news. But yeah, man, it's crazy. When the playoffs happen, though, man, I need our fans just to get loud, man, to overwhelm. I want us to get all home games up until the Super Bowl, man. You know what I mean? And that'll be.
I would love to see a home playoff game in Miami.
Oh, man, that would be awesome.
Can you imagine that?
I'll probably fly out, bro. I'll keep it real with you. I'll probably fly out from San Antonio.
Hey, we're gonna be there together, cuz. Hey, we're gonna be there together.
You already know, bro. We'll link up, man. I'll put in the budget. I say tell my wife, like,
look here, baby. Baby, I know we got bills and everything. The home playoff. So real
AT&T, they can wait.
Right. The Dolphins, when they played Pittsburgh a few years back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I was like, honey, just so you know, I'm going to the game. Like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about this. Like, I'm going. Okay. And so Solo flew up from Miami to BWI to Baltimore, because I was living in Maryland at the time. Yeah. And we got to rent a car. Me, Ali, who's the hype man for Solo, his significant other at the time, and some of his family. And we got into a huge SUV and drove from Baltimore to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And did not have tickets for the game. And so we waited till the last second, And as we're walking in, we got a scalper to get we bought tickets from a scalper because that was still a thing at that time.
Scalper, is that like someone on the side of the road, or
that's someone outside the stadium that's selling tickets?
Okay, I got you.
And we got him. So we were like, well, what do you got? He's like, well, I got tickets 11 rows from the end zone. We're like, oh, that's going to be expensive. He's like, I'll give it to you for $50 a pop.
Wait, what?
I said, why so cheap? He said, quote, Steeler fans don't care about wild card games. And that hurt my soul, dude. That hurt my soul when I heard that. I was like, Steeler fans don't care about wild card games. That's nothing to them.
That's so arrogant.
I'm here talking about I'm not missing this.
Yeah.
I should have, though. I should have.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man, dude.
It was negative 11 degrees at kickoff, and we got killed. But
that was frustrating.
I still only paid $50 for a ticket, sit 11 rows from the end zone.
And I remember that year we held Antonio Brown for under 40 yards. I remember that, and I'm like, man, we're gonna. But we were riddled with injuries. We had tons of injuries. We had a guy from
Thigpen took snaps in that game, bro. Tyler Thigpen took snaps in that game. Just a reminder. Okay,
killing me.
So that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, I know you got to get out of here. My last thing for you is, why can Dolphins fans not enjoy this?
Oh man.
Why are they having a difficult time grasping, enjoying where we're at right here?
It's almost like if you're in an abusive relationship and you finally have a nice guy or girl who comes along and they're like, wow, they treat me good. Wow, they got me flowers. Wow, this is weird. And it's tough for them to enjoy the relationship because of all the crap they've been through in the past. That's how I feel with Miami. There's a little part of me, maybe 2% of me, that I have the little intrusive thoughts, right? Where I'm like, this is too good to be true.
When are they going to blow this? What's going to happen?
Something's going to happen. This is going to be a coach who does coke. Something's going to happen.
Where's the Chris Forrester at? I get that from Dolphins fans because if I'm honest with myself, the 2% does creep in where that happens.
Yeah.
But where I'm at right now, I'm like, man, we got essentially a 3-game lead in the division.
Yeah.
It's not even December 1st yet.
Yeah.
And we got our next 3 games are all like we should
walk, man.
Like it should be, right? So by the time we get to Christmas Eve, we should be 11-3.
Yeah.
And let me just throw this out for you, Doug. If I had told you, and I said this earlier on the show, I'm going to say it again. If I had told you I said after Black Friday, the Dolphins are going to be 8-3, have a 3-game lead in the division. Tyreek's going to be on pace for 2,000 yards. Tua will not have missed a game, and Raheem Mostert's leading the league in touchdowns, and rushing yards. What would you say? Oh, and by the way, our defense is on pace to break the single season sack record.
I would say, hey man, set my alarm for 8:00. Wake me up. I'm dreaming.
You would have said, sign me up on where do I sign? Where do I sign for that?
I am on record. I am on a record with us having 12 wins, and that was a 4 loss. I think I'm on record with the 12 win season. I had a prediction video came out a few months ago. But I did not think the 2K, I did not think the sack stuff. I even Tua is in the MVP conversation still, even with 2.
I think he is. I think he needs to have. Here's what he needs to do. 300 plus yards, minimum 2 touchdowns. But I would love if he gets 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns, passing touchdowns in the next 3 games. He's at 22 touchdowns right now. That puts him over 30 touchdowns, and that'll put him at over 4,000 passing yards and 30 touchdowns going into Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I love it, man.
With 3 games left. And at that point, I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
Let's go for 5, baby.
And it's good when I live in San Antonio, Texas, for those who don't know. And my kids' school, they go to middle school, and they're like, yeah, Dad, there's all these bandwagon Dolphin fans. They weren't here when we lived here before. And I'm like, it's funny. Like, I see all these random Dolphin fans. I'm like, man, like, y'all. I see people with Dolphins jerseys when I go to the store, whereas I lived here during the COVID years,
and
nobody.
It was never there. Never.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a quick thing. So I live in Mississippi.
Yeah.
There ain't no college football reigns here. Okay, you're either Ole Miss or Mississippi and Jackson State or Alcorn or that's it. All right, and some Alabama fans mixed in. All right.
Yeah.
I asked my daughter, who's 7. I said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And she goes, "Well, I want a Tyreek Hill jersey and I want a Lionel Messi jersey." By the way, love it. Right? Like it's like making my heart happy. But she goes, "Oh yeah, there are other kids at my school that are big Tyreek Hill fans, and when they see me wearing Dolphin stuff on Fridays, they're like, 'Oh, I like Tyreek Hill.'" Tyreek Hill has this young generation by a chokehold, like Dan Marino did for us. I'm legit saying that. Like, it's that popular. Like, he's that popular to kids 15 and under. We watched the Amazon game. Ryan Fitzpatrick or Tony Gonzalez's son is a huge Tyreek Hill fan. Huge. Right? Like, I mean, I'm telling you, and you go look at Ryan's Fitzpatrick kid. A couple of his kids were big Dolphins fans. Tyreek Hill has helped the young generation come to the Dolphins. And I'm here for it. Sign me up.
Bandwagon away.
Bandwagon away. I'm here. Hey. There's plenty of seats on the bandwagon.
This is Noah's Ark. We got room for all the animals. Come on over.
Hey, tell the people where they can find your podcast and everything, man.
Yeah, Stephen Daniels, man, you and I have been working together for years. I just want to say thank you for being so generous, man.
You're my brother, man.
If in the event all the microphones blew up in the world and there was never a podcast again, you still got a friend in me, man. So I'm very, very blessed to be friends with you.
Right, I just want to play that Toy Story song right now.
You got a friend in me.
Go ahead. Tell the people.
Oh no, you good, man. So my show, it's on YouTube. It's called The Touchdown with Doug Smith on YouTube. I'm just now starting one of the best NFL draft prospect series on the internet. We just had the quarterback from UTSA on the show. He's broken all the school records. Probably be a solid day 3 pick in this upcoming year's draft. And then I'll probably have anywhere between 30 to 40 more prospects approximately on the show between now and draft time. It's going to pick up more.
I'm telling y'all right now, you want the best draft content.
Thank you, man.
Touchdown with Doug Smith is the way to go. You go look at some of his content from last year. Absolutely fire. Just great stuff. Great stuff, man.
Thank you.
You're the best at draft. Yeah, I'm serious, man. You got that on lock. So keep doing your thing.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. The community's starting to grow pretty good too and stuff. And and it's a good mix, man. So obviously I'll have some of the big stars, like we've had the N'Kobe Deans on the show. We've had the Hassan Haskins and stuff. However, there's also small school guys who also take and make it. People need to know about Nick Jones and the 7th round draft pick who's on the Chiefs now. People need to know about Andre Yosivach, who's already catching touchdowns from Joe Burrow when Joe Burrow was healthy. And these are guys from like Princeton. These are guys from like Ball State who are going to make it in the league. So I try to be non-biased. I have some HBCU guys. Every now and then I'll feature 1 or 2 Division II guys. And then I have some really big school, big names too. This year is going to be a lot of big names. We got people from the Gators, Alabama coming on, Georgia. I'm getting some stuff lined up for the next 4 or 5 months until the draft. So
I just dropped the link for your channel in the chat. So everybody's got the link to your channel. Go subscribe right now to his channel. He's got a little over 3,000. Congratulations on 3,000 subscribers. I saw that, my guy. Let's go. Let's get you to 4K now. Let's get you to 4,000.
Hey, it looks better than 3K is 4K, man.
4K. So I got you. I ain't mad.
I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's a lot of fun, man. I do some film breakdown on my YouTube shorts, just kind of bringing a nice audience. And I have I have a super boutique podcast. So outside of the draft stuff, I may have a random Colorado Buffaloes video. I'll have the random Dolphins video. But my favorite team, and one of my favorite reasons outside of hanging out with beautiful Stephen Daniels, is to talk Miami Dolphins football.
Miami Dolphins.
I'm loyal to soil. Look, man, I remember when I moved to San Diego in the 90s. I got
Level 2 noobs that I subbed and then unsubbed. Nobody tells me what to do.
Level 2 noobs, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Level 2 noobs the guy. You'll like him.
Quick story, man.
Back in the 90s, subscribe. Like it.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate y'all. Back in the 90s, I had some Chargers fans try to jump me when I lived in San Diego. I was in 4th grade. I was rocking my Dan Marino jersey, and it was a ginger, the interesting people. He tried to take and jump me. He tried to jump me. He said, hey there, F word. I won't repeat it. He said, hey there, F word. Take off that mother effing jersey. And I gave him the 2-bird salute. I said, no. I'm a Dolphins fan. I love Dan Marino. And this thing had been washed like 79 times. This thing had like the numbers peeling. It was not stitched.
It was not. It had been worn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Battle tested, man. So they tried to jump me, and they got like a part of my jersey. I was like, get off me. I was. Dude, so fins up, baby. Fins up for life. Not all my content is Dolphins.
Touchdown Doug said he out here taking butt whoopings for this team. Okay, literal butt whoopings. All right. Let's be real.
I had a girlfriend break up with me in middle school. We'd only been dating for like 13 hours, bro. I only liked her because she liked me.
Those middle school relationships, they're always the best. I love it.
Dude,
13 hours.
She said I had an ugly jacket and walked away. I still wore my jacket all the time, baby.
Like, hold up. We've been together 13 hours. What you not gonna do is talk about this team or this jacket. That's what you not gonna do 13 hours in. No, not gonna do it.
My wife is gonna do it. My wife is a Saints fan, trying to raise my kids as Dolphin fans. I said, trying to raise my kids as Saints fans. I said, no, we're not bringing that in this house. I got love for the Saints. Y'all are some cool fans. But no, it's fins up around here. So my kids got Dolphin swag.
My kids knew the Dolphins fight song before their ABCs. What about your kids, huh? Doug? My kids knew the Dolphin fight song before they knew their ABCs. That's where my priorities were. Okay?
Yeah, I feel it, man. I feel it. But no, it's fins up, man. I love y'all so much. And if you get a chance, check out my channel. It's a lot of fun. Usually drop a few videos a week. And again, I'm just now starting my draft series. So as we get into December, January, more NFL draft content. And I have something coming out too with Devon Jackson. He is one of the top pro scouts in the nation. He's been on my show for the last 3 years. So I bring on experts as well for the draft. And it's a lot of fun, man. Y'all stay tuned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Doug Smith. Love you, brother. Be good.
Appreciate you, man. God bless you, bro. Thank you so much.
Love it. Love it, man. I love it, man. Chef Zhu, tell the people, Chef. Tell them, Chef. Tell them, Chef.
Yeah, y'all need to subscribe to that dude, man. I've been following him since day one, since he even started the channel. That dude gets some great content. Y'all gotta listen to him, man.
Dude, he is awesome. We need to get a light in front of the camera so that we can see you better. You need to turn around so that way the light from the window. Yeah, we need to see your face, Chef Zhu. We can't see your face, man.
The only way they're gonna see my face, they gotta be at the games.
Gotta be at the games. We're not gonna see me. Nope. All right, Chef. We were talking about you were in the I apologize for interrupting you. I just wanted to bring Doug on.
No, you good.
And by the way, I still got Jason Sarney coming on, and hopefully Lewis is going to come on too, because I want to.
They're not up yet.
No, they're not up yet because they're both losers. Okay. Both those guys.
God, no.
No, I love them both. I'm just playing. I love them both. Okay.
I know.
Both of you. Yeah, man. So where you at?
We were talking about the tour in the offense.
Go ahead. Keep on cooking.
No, what I was saying, I just thought of it too. If he could just work on, because I was talking to somebody in the comment section, if they could just work on those things with him reading certain ways what the defense is throwing at him, Tua can eventually put a bunch of yards, man. Like, he could have had 300 and some yards if he did not throw that pick six. I said that was a bonehead decision because I think he was trying to force it. Who it was, Tyreek or somebody, and dude just read it and took it back to the house.
But that offense is predicated on making throws like that, and they work most of the time. So again, it comes with the territory.
And that's what you're gonna get sometimes. And I'm understanding it now. Because I'm like, he was doing so well the whole season, and then somewhere, I think it was the Chiefs game or the game before that, he just fell off a little bit. And he's still doing well. It's not like he's playing horrible football and stuff. He's doing the best he can to try to say, like he said, I watched the Hard Knocks show, he's gonna get better. So I feel like right now he's gonna get better. All he can do is improve and get better each day. And work on the mechanics of what he needs to do. Because if anybody's seen the episodes, you really get to see how it really is when they're in practices, how they really is during the game, getting prepared for the game.
They're legit
Mm-hmm.
practicing hard. Like they were
Mm-hmm.
going for in practice now. And I was like,
Yep.
whoa. I think that as far as Tua's concerned, this team is good.
Mm-hmm.
This team's going to go as
Right.
far as he's able to take them. Let's not get twisted. Like quarterback plays that big of a
Mm-hmm.
role, but defense wins
Right.
championships. And I understand we live in a
True.
different league now and things are a little bit crazy, but if you can't stop somebody, I mean, the perfect and the prime example, honestly, is the Chargers Dolphins game in week 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins Chargers game in week
Right.
1. We won, what was it, 36-34, something like that. And the reason we ended up winning that game, yes, we put up the 36 points, but we also had a defensive stop in the fourth quarter. And if your defense cannot stop somebody, you cannot win a championship. And as far as I'm concerned, looking at the Dolphins right now, Chef, the defense can stop anybody. I'm not nervous about playing Dallas. I'm not nervous playing Lamar Jackson, especially the game I saw last night with the Ravens and the Chargers. I'm not scared.
Yes, I saw that too.
I'm not scared of
Man.
Baltimore. Is Lamar good? Yes, Lamar's having an MVP type season. I'm not knocking him. I'm just telling you right now, like the Dolphins, when it's all said and done, like they can put up as many points as they need to against anybody, and the defense can stop anybody.
I agree. As a defensive guy, I agree. And because a lot of people was freaking out. Remember, Stephen, people was freaking out. They wanted Fangio gone because, the defense is not this and that. Guys, it takes time. You can't just rush stuff. Just like when it comes to baking, you can't rush it. You have to give it time to cook. Gotta give it time to get the ingredients to blend in and everything. It takes time and patience for that defense. And look where it's at now. We can keep up with anybody. I mean, it sucks that we lost Phillips, and it's gonna, like y'all was talking about earlier. I was telling someone earlier that AVG and Alba, these guys gonna have some big shoes to fill, because now that Phillips is out, y'all gonna have to bring the pass rush, and I feel like this defense is gonna really carry us.
Oh, well, look, so Sam Howell has been sacked 55 times this year, most in the NFL. Sam Howell, quarterback of the Washington Commanders, has been sacked 55 times this year, leads the league. I promise you all on everything, the Dolphins are going to feast. They're going to feast. They're going to get 5+ sacks. And I'm calling it right now. The Dolphins get a touchdown on the defense this week.
Why we can't get 10, Steven?
But we
got 7 last game.
They getting at least a touchdown. So that's kind of how I think the defense is going to be fire this weekend, and I'm here for it. And I'm excited about it. What's your
he's gonna
go ahead.
He's gonna have a hard time because you got X and you got the secondary. You got that front seven gonna come at you. Nah.
Jalen Ramsey.
And we seeing X and Ramsey on the same side. You see them trying to go more in the slot more than going on the outside now.
Well, I
because they're gonna try to challenge Kohu.
I think and here's the thing, Kader Kahu, since Jalen Ramsey has been back, has been playing really good as well.
Yep.
I mean, you go look at our corners right now. Like, ain't nobody messing with us, bruh. They're not. And you go
fly zone.
For real. I'm not nervous about nobody. Nobody makes me nervous. Nobody.
No.
And that's a good feeling to have. And the only reason, I feel like a little nervous about, or not nervous, but the only reason why I'm not as confident for Buffalo in the last game of the year is because Buffalo could win 2 games all year and it would be against us. Like that, it's the division opponent. It's not, we're 10 times better than Buffalo. Let me just throw that out there. But divisional opponents always find a way to play you good. The Jets are the Jets right now, and they're just not good.
Right.
Already played the Patriots twice, so I ain't worried about them. So, look, if we go 5-1 in the division, come on now. Talk to
Steven, when the last time the Dolphins won a division?
2008.
Why I have told someone why it feels like that right now, but just in a different way.
Like a long time ago. Like a long time ago.
It feels
well, to be fair, it's been almost 15. It's been like almost 15
and
years.
it just feels different. That's why I was like, people.
In 08, it was the Wildcat, right? And so that was a gimmick. That was a gimmick. This is not a gimmick.
So what we got now?
Say what?
Look what we look. So you said Wildcat, right?
Yeah.
You see that what that was doing. Now look what we got now with McDaniel.
Look
what we got now. It's something special, and I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too.
That's why people look at. What you mean 2008? I know what I'm talking about.
I know you do.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to let you go here in a second, but somebody wants to say hello to you before I let you go. Cameron.
All right.
What's up, Chef Ju?
Cam?
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
I wanted to say hey to you.
How you doing, man? Yeah, he had to put us on the road just to come on. I mess with you, Cam.
All right, Chef. Love you, brother. Be good, Chef.
I'm out, y'all. Love y'all. Fins up.
Fins up. OG, triple OG, Chef Ju. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron 954 is in the building. Cameron, are you coming to DC this weekend?
I am not coming to DC this weekend.
I feel some type of way.
But before we talk about that, for all of you who associate with me on my social media, whether it's Cameron954 or on Facebook, Cameron954, on Thanksgiving evening about 7:30, just as I was about to shovel in a piece of warm apple pie and some vanilla ice cream into my gut, I got hacked.
You got hacked, cuz.
I got hacked bad.
You got hacked real bad.
And
Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook, and let me tell you something. I've had that Facebook account since Facebook was invented. Like,
how you get hacked, man?
It was, I don't know, bro.
What has been the process, by the way? You don't have access to any of them yet, right?
I don't have access to either one. So, but thankfully, my East 32 Dolphins tailgate and Sawgrass Barbecue, two separate Instagram accounts, are still active. So I'm good there.
Man. Have you talked to Instagram or Facebook? Have they said anything?
Oh, yeah. So my brother-in-law just happens to work for Meta, so he's on it.
Oh, my goodness. Man. Dude, I had people text me. They're like, hey, man, Cameron is hacked. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I think he knows that already.
Yeah, it sucks. It's brutal. And so, like, a lot of those pictures on Facebook and stuff, came from a laptop like 3 laptops ago that I can't get back, like.
Level 2 Noob says that explains the pictures I got. Figured those abs weren't yours.
I'll tell you what, it made me realize just how addictive and dependent I am on social media, and people are on social media. It's like I was at a loss there for a couple days. Like, first thing you do is get up and look at my feed, and it makes you realize just how much a part of your life that stuff is.
Well, just so you know, you're so cool that somebody wanted to hack your life.
That's bullshit too.
I love it. Hey, we can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. Say it again. Hello. Can you hear me?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Did somebody try to call you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell them you're on the phone. You're on the phone, man.
I'm on YouTube live, but no, I'm not coming to Washington. My daughter got put into a swim meet this weekend, and so she's like 0.8 seconds away from qualifying for a national time. So she's got to swim Sunday.
Are we still looking at 2028 Olympics?
Man, we're looking one day at a time. But yeah, I mean, listen, she's 12 years old, so we got some time to think about that.
I just want you to know, I'm there. 2028 Olympics. We've already talked. My wife and I. We're going.
Los Angeles.
2028. Let's go.
Los Angeles.
All right. Hey, you want to stay on with me for a little bit, or are you just?
Yeah, I got 30 minutes.
All right. Well, let's bring on the next caller, John O'Hanlon. What's up, John?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, baby. What's up?
Good. I've been having trouble trying to get on live stream. I don't know what's going on with it, but I finally got it to go. So,
Well, you're here now. You're with me, baby. What's up, Dan? How are you?
yeah, I got Cam over there trying to sell me stock
Bitcoin, huh?
advice.
I know. I got that text too. Hey, you want to know how I made $1,000 last month?
Hashtag
And I'll tell
Bitcoin jam.
you. Cameron, you're the new crypto. You're the new crypto.
It's
Okay?
been brutal, bro. It's been brutal.
Oh, I'm sure. When it was the first text, the first message that came in, I'm like, this is not Cam.
But you know what, John? You'd be surprised how many people have called me or text me, "Hey, bro, like, are you really into this, man? I'll send you some money." Like, are you serious, folks?
And that's how people get had.
100%. It sucks. It sucks, and it's a brutal reality, man. And I, you know what? Now that I think about it, Steven, I wouldn't put it past crypto. Where is that guy?
It was. Yeah, let's blame it on. You got hacked because of crypto. Let's put that narrative up there.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. All right, John, tell me, man, what'd you think about the game on Sunday?
On Friday,
On Friday. It's Friday,
Hey.
Sunday. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
we did what we had to do. We got the W. You know me. I'm always an optimist. I'm the guy that's, hey, let's see what happens. Let's see what goes on. All these people complaining about this play, that play. You're playing another NFL team. Mistakes are going to happen. They're going to make plays on defense. Our job is to make more plays on offense than they make on defense to put points on the board.
Simple as that. I don't
That's
care
it.
how ugly it is.
We can win 35-13. We can win 20-17. A W is a W. Make more plays than the other NFL team you are playing.
100% agree with that, man. A dub's a dub.
We're 8-3. We've had no 2-game losing streaks. We've had no 5-game losing streaks. We're not on the roller coaster ride we were last year. Win 3, lose 3, win 5, win. It's not happening. It's a steady team.
Yeah.
Mistakes are going to happen. We got blown out by Buffalo, but like I said to you last time, Stephen D., when you looked at the schedule, when the schedule came out, most optimistic people had us 8-3 right now, losing to Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philly.
We're exactly where most of us thought we would be.
We're right where we're supposed to be, and the good thing is Buffalo is not.
I'm about to say the only difference is we thought Buffalo would be here with us, and they're not. They're not at all.
And if you look at Buffalo's games, they should have 1, maybe 2 more losses if the refs would throw flags in the end zone and on the end of the games.
That's true.
And 2 points about that. I was thinking about this last night as I was watching that Buffalo game. We've been in that. We've the past 3 or 4 years we've been in the position Buffalo is in the terms of record. And figuring out how many games we have to win down the stretch just to make the playoffs or be considered for the playoffs. And now that we're 2.5 games above everybody else in the same division, we're in the driver's seat. It's a different feeling, right, John?
Absolutely. This is phenomenal. I mean, if you're a Dolphins fan, how is your heart not racing? Your pulse not up? You're feeling good. You got the tingles. This is amazing.
But there is a good portion of the fan base that is pessimistic about it, right? And they're
absolutely. But listen, I turned on the fan when I left the stadium on Friday, and you should have heard the stuff that was going on in the fan with Jets fans. They're ready to jump off bridges, hang themselves. They want everybody fired. They want the owner to sell the team. They're just going ballistic. The one girl that was doing the radio show said, our starting quarterback is, which eye do you want to gouge out, your left eye or your right eye? Because that's what the choices we have right now.
They're not wrong, though. They're not wrong. That's the other thing, too. It's so fun. I'm glad you said that, because I feel like there are times we'll do a show on Victory Monday and we'll sound like that. And I'm like, we're winning.
I know.
We're winning. We're not losing. We're a winning football team and we're still complaining.
I'll tell you this though, the Jets should not. I mean, even if Aaron Rodgers is ready to play,
He should not.
there's no way he should be touching the field this year.
I'll tell you, he wants to do it to prove a point. That's why he's going to do it. He wants
to prove what point?
It's personal with him. It's political and personal, and he wants.
Yeah,
to
but
prove
you put your personal over the good of the team.
100 for Aaron Rodgers at this point. Hell yeah, he's going to do that.
Okay, let's say he gets hurt again and blows the same Achilles out.
The Jets. Okay, you're going to play 3 games for us, and at the end, okay, we'll let you do it. So be it. It'll put butts in the seats.
If I am running that franchise, there's no way I'll let him step foot on that field.
Nope,
Zero.
not at all.
You have any aspirations of being a winning team next year?
Okay, but from a NFLPA standpoint, can you do that? You can't. If he passes,
yes, you can.
You can.
He's employed. He's an employee.
Oh well, all right. So they would have to put him on the active roster. If he's healthy, they'd have to put him on the active roster.
Okay, that doesn't mean you have to play him.
That's true. You could do that. You could do that. And you would be in your right mind to do it. But let me tell you something. We're talking about the Jets, Cameron. We're not talking about a regular team. Okay? Talking about
and then he blows his Achilles on again, same injury, and then he's out all of next year and getting paid $25 million to sit on the bench all next year.
Cameron, why has the NFLPA or the NFL not gotten involved about MetLife? Like it makes no sense to me with all those injuries.
So that's a sticky subject, as best as I can tell you right now. Like the NFLPA can only say so much. I mean, it's the ownership that has to do something, right?
Can't the NFLPA say, look, we're just not playing on this field until it gets changed?
They can't do that.
They can't. It's not in the laws of them to be able to do that.
You can't.
But if it's a safety, like a player safety concern, there's got to be a workaround to something like that.
There's no.
We don't feel safe playing on this field.
Listen,
nope. Because you know what the NFL is going to say. You put 30 guys out there every week. Only one got injured. Statistically, it's not that bad.
Pretty much, that's what they're going to say. All the players hate it. They understand. It's not the best surface, but it's a playable surface. And listen, until the Jets ownership or whoever owns MetLife Stadium does something.
Woody Johnson does. I think Woody Johnson does. I think that's part of his thing. They all want my man Gary Vaynerchuk, who I love.
No, Woody Johnson does not own MetLife.
He doesn't?
No,
he did.
No, New Jersey. I think the state of New Jersey does.
Yeah, because the Jets and Giants share that stadium.
100%. They lease that from the state or the county.
The Meadowlands, interesting. I thought Woody Johnson did.
No, because the Jets are actually the second team that's there.
Correct.
It was originally Giant Stadium, but MetLife, I believe, is funded by the state, so they own it. So they would have to make the choice of changing the field, and the problem is they say it's not cost effective.
Which is
like the state's not going to change that field because the state's broke as hell.
If I'm a Giants fan, I'm saying, how much does it cost if I'm a rich Giants fan?
No, the only recourse would be for the Jets and or the Giants to find a new home. And who knows what kind of stadium lease agreement they have? They might be locked into something.
I believe they're both locked in for 30 years.
Yeah, their hands are tied, man. Like obviously the NFL and the Players Association could strongly suggest that it's, changed and something done about the field. But until whoever owns that stadium does something about it, like it's not going to change.
I don't disagree with that. All right, let me ask you something. The next 3 games are against the Washington Commanders, the Tennessee Titans, and the New York Jets. Is there anything that you both think that we can learn that will make you feel more confident going against Dallas, Baltimore, and Buffalo?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Elaborate.
So I thought about this. I was thinking about this yesterday. And, it incrementally over the season, you can see this team improving and changing, right? The team, come December, come January, that makes the most adjustments, learns from their mistakes, and stays the healthiest generally has the most momentum going into the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. And this is on McDaniel and his coaching staff. Are they making the adjustments? Are they making the changes? I'm thinking this in relation to the Dolphins and Devin Achane. He may be healthy, he may be ready to go, and you saw what he could do in the first 4 games of the season. So, they're slowly bringing him back to health because they know that what they have in him. So, you're implementing different offensive schemes. You're implementing different things each week, and not necessarily dictated by the defenses you're playing. We've seen that the Dolphins and McDaniel dictate what defenses play them, not the other way around. And so we've seen, and then the other side of the ball, you've seen Vic Fangio's defense get so much better week after week after week. Since that Denver game, I think this is the 4th ranked defense in points allowed in the NFL. And Jalen Ramsey being back and Xavier Howard, healthy makes a whale of a difference. And so as bad as it was, and before I turn over to John, but as bad as it is to see Jalen Phillips go down, you've got Van Ginkel and Agba. I mean, if we had to have an injury, it was to the deepest part of our roster.
You're not wrong.
And I think that you're not going to see much of a drop-off in our defense because Agba and Van Ginkel are more than capable.
John, what are your thoughts?
Totally agree with what Cam said. My big thing is everybody wants to complain about Tua's 2 picks on Friday. Both picks were to the far outside against the line on throws. They normally don't have him throwing. And I think it was just one of those things of, we know we're going to win this game. Let's run some plays we normally don't play, see how they work out. They didn't work. You're not going to see Tua throwing those sideline passes like that to 5 yards out to the sideline. He's going to be more over the middle, but they're trying not to be predictable. They're trying to figure out which plays are going to work, which aren't when they come to the playoffs so that they have better plays that they can run in a playoff game. You're not going to see Tua throwing those passes. Both picks were the same pass.
Agreed. Totally agree. And to further that point, and I think Tua mentioned this in the post-game press conference, is that this offense is predicated on timing, right? We all know that. And when the timing is off like a half step, and he wore it, he took responsibility for it. He didn't get the ball out in time where, the defensive back had that half a second to jump the route and make the pick. And so if Tua gets that ball out quicker to a more precise point, that's not a pick, or the chances of that being picked are a lot less. And so it's again, and we've seen Tua learn from his mistakes. And this offense and McDaniel learned from his mistakes and play calling. So to John's point, you may not see those type of throws in those types of situations. And you also have to give credit to the Jets defense. Reed and the other kid, they jumped those routes at perfect timing and made the plays.
Right. I mean, it's your regular season is to figure out what works, what doesn't. So when you get into playoffs, you know what you're going to do for the most part. Obviously, situations change, down and distance change, but this team, we got a little spoiled in the early part of the year scoring so many points, and now people are bitching we're not scoring 30, we're not scoring 40. Listen, you're not going to do that against every defense. It's just not possible.
And do you
He'll
think
put up 400 yards against the Raiders?
Do you think teams have played better defense against us because there's more film on us and how we're doing things? You still can't beat speed. It's not like we're going to get beat with it. But that, I think, is more the reason we haven't put up as many points, because I think teams are playing us the best that they can now because they just know this is the only way to play us. We're not going to get beat 70-20, but, they're not going to kill us either. They're not going to embarrass us.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that. And I think part of it is McDaniel trying different packages, different throws, seeing what he can get on a Tua, seeing where Hill's going to break the route off when he sees something, or Waddle, or, what Mostert's going to do against a 5-man front, a 7-man front. It's all, McDaniel goes back and rewatches these over and over and over and over, and he's got a list of things he's looking for. The guy's, seems to me like he's just brilliant. So he's going to run plays that we don't practice a lot, or that, they run a couple times in practice. Hey, let's see what happens in a game with this. And then he scratches it off the board. We're not going to use that. This one worked well. Last week against the Raiders, that one that Tyreek scored was the exact same play that Waddle scored on against New England, splitting 3 defenders. We know we're going to see that play again at some point.
It'll definitely be interesting to see what happens there. Cameron, and John, what do you guys got coming up? Anything you guys want to plug before I wrap up the show for the day?
No, wish I could be at Washington, but I can't, unfortunately. Steven, were you there this Friday?
No, man, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was not in it's the first MetLife takeover I've missed in like 5 years.
I was looking for you. I wasn't sure. I did miss a couple of people. I didn't get to see Sean Livingston. I usually see him every year, but I didn't spend a lot of time at NYC. There was a lot of people over there. It was very crowded.
I heard there was a buttload of people. So just so you know, for the FedEx takeover, we have 360 plus RSVPs for the Saturday night meet and greet, which is wild. And we have we're getting close to 200 people for the tailgate, which I think is pretty good for an out-of-state tailgate and away game tailgate. But what they do at MetLife every year is bananas. And the fact that they were able to do it on Black Friday this year and have such the turnout that they had, shout out to Dolphins NYC. They did their thing, man. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you walk through the buses, because I tailgate right across the street from them, and I walk through the buses and it opens up into their parking lot. I'm literally a 2-minute walk away from them. And I had Maria and her family up here. I had my oldest son with me, James, who you guys have met down there at Miami when he comes down. Had another kid from town that grew up with one of my boys. He was with us. And I had Matt and Steph from California came in and stayed at my house so they could go to the game. And they were just amazed at how many people were over there. They're like, this is just absolutely amazing with all this aqua and orange as soon as you walk through the buses. I'm like, yeah, this is what it's like every year. I believe this was their 10th year. So they've been doing it quite a while. They got things down pat. Solo actually jumped up on top of the bus and performed from up there, which I wish I had videoed Solo trying to get down from the bus.
I love it. I love it. I wish Solo was here to hear that. That's great.
Oh, you could see he was nervous as anything trying to get down back. Going up, he had no trouble. Coming down, he was nervous trying to get off the top of that U-Haul truck that they had there.
That's good stuff.
That is too funny, man. All right. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. If you guys are watching and listening, you want to go to Washington, D.C. this weekend, we are doing the FedEx takeover. Saturday night, the meet and greet will be at the Admiral at 1 DuPont Circle. DJ Sick Turtle is going to be on the 1s and 2s. Solo D will be there performing. We're going to have a limited Miami Dolphin theme menu. We're going to have a 50-50 raffle. We're going to have an autograph raffle. Sports memorabilia raffle. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be a great time. And like I said, we got close to 400 RSVPs. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a line out the door to get into this place. That's how big it's going to be. And then the FedEx takeover, the tailgate, all you can eat, all you can drink. We're going to have tailgate games, full service bar, live DJ, cigar lounge, and much more. All right. Just so you guys know how the tailgate works too in the takeover. Gates at FedEx Field open up at 9 a.m. for everybody. That includes people that are doing tailgate, not 8 a.m. like they do at Hard Rock. All right. So at 9 a.m., everybody's going to get in. The tailgate will officially start at 9:30. We got to give the guys about 20 to 30 minutes to set up everything. And the food will be served at 10 a.m. So just so everybody knows, tailgate starts officially at 9:30 and the food will be served by 10 a.m. Because nobody can get in until 9 a.m. And that's just how they work at FedEx Field. Little thing, we are going to have a bus going from the hotel where we're staying at, the Hampton Inn, D.C. White House. We still got spots left on the bus. It'll be departing on the dot at 8:30 on the dot. I got about 26 spots left on the bus. If y'all want to get on and get in, it's going to be, actually, I got like 5 people who just bought this morning. So I might have like 20 spots on the bus. So, or 21. So, yeah, we should be good to go. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I wish you guys were coming, but we are doing Baltimore. If you guys want to come to Baltimore, New Year's Eve.
East 32 will be represented in Washington. I'll send you their contacts.
I'm excited about it. And if you guys are going to go to the game the following week, the Monday night game, Tennessee, I might be there. I'm not sure yet, but
better be.
I might.
Well, they have till Wednesday to let us know if they're moving that game or not.
I'm waiting until Wednesday to see what happens.
Right. This Wednesday is the cutoff. If they're going to move that to a Sunday game, they have until Wednesday to do it. If it's not changed by this Wednesday, then it stays as the Monday night game.
Well, honestly, for me, my wife is leaving town Monday, and I am coming back on Monday. Or if I did, the game is on Monday, so I wouldn't be coming back till Tuesday. So I have to get a babysitter for overnight, and we're still kind of new to the area. We have somebody, but she won't let me know till this weekend. So that's kind of where we're at with it. So I'm just, I gotta be a parent first here, guys. Responsible adult. But that's where we're at. But yeah, that's about it.
Cam, did you run my shirt idea by your guy?
Yeah, we did. We talked about it this morning, actually. We loved it. So we're going to sit down Wednesday and try to mock up something.
Put it up on Facebook. Put a poll and say, hey, what does Fins Up mean to you?
I love it.
All right, don't be giving people any ideas. A lot of people watch this show.
Yeah, I'm here for Bitcoin advice anyway.
Cameron, I hope that your hacking gets resolved, because that sucks. John, I love you, brother. I love your
hey.
You still got trying to be like you when I grow up.
Keep combing it. Just keep combing it and stay straight.
Hey, for any of the locals here in South Florida that aren't going to the FedEx Takeover in Washington, there's going to be a official watch party hosted by Finn Sticky and Dolph Reeky that I'll be at as well at Vesa Brewery down in Wynwood in Miami. And so come join us. Have a good time there. They've got a great menu and big screens available. So we'll have plenty of Dolphin stuff going on there.
Yep, it'll be a good time. Go check out Dolph Freaky and Finn Sticky if you're in South Florida and you're not going to the game. It's a free event, and the food and drinks there at Vasasor are the best. So make sure you guys go check that out. That's in Wynwood, and you guys will have a good time. All right, John, Cameron, I appreciate you guys coming on. Love you guys. Be good.
Thanks for having me, brother. Love you guys. Fins up.
Good seeing you, John.
All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I enjoyed having everybody on today. It was a lot of fun. You guys are the best fans in the world. Today was a great show. A little over 2 hours today. Thank you so much for coming on, to the people that came on. Want to thank Touchdown with Doug Smith. You guys are great. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow is supposed to be the drinking show with DJ Genesis. So just so y'all know, tomorrow's supposed to be the drinking show with DJ Genesis for his birthday that he celebrated this week. So yeah. So as long as he comes to it, we're doing it. So we just got to make sure he's still good from his party this weekend. I saw those pictures on Instagram and I hit him up. I still haven't got a response yet. But we're just waiting to see. So tomorrow's supposed to be the drinking show, Hot Take Tuesday, DJ Genesis' birthday. You know how it works. Shots and beers. I hope y'all are going to be there for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And hope he's going to be there. If he's not there, we're not doing it. But he should be there. So we should be good. All right. I love you all. You all the best fans in the world. Enjoy everything. Hey, I did a show last night with Dolphins Talk. With Michael Vila of Dolphins Talk. Go check it out. It's a good 90-minute show. Go check out Dolphins Talk on YouTube. Download wherever you get downloads and podcasts. Michael Vila, Dolphins Talk. I was a special guest up there for about 90 minutes last night. It was a great show. Go check them out. I love you all. Peace.
This just a welcome, bro. To a time, time to grind, time to shine.